Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, hi! Hello, you dirty little pickle garglers. Today's video is a short one where I show you how to get the wiring for the fan, all the fan wiring out from the fuse box in one piece, so you don't have to dick around. With trying to unplug all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 connectors from the fan itself if you're replacing the fan module or whatever. You can take it all out at once and do it on the bench where it's more fun, safer, and better lit. This video comes from part of a radiator removal video that didn't come out because the audio was bad, so it's kind of pieced together, but I'll show you what you need to see. Seeing how to get the whole thing out in one fluid motion, one sexy, graceful dance move. All right, here we go. Hey people, this next problem you've probably seen me do a million times, but it's not hard and you should know how to do it anyway. To make this visually easier and just generally easier, I'm going to take out the headlight because I'm getting to the fuse box, which is right here. By the time we get at these vans, most of the fuse box, there's 2 8s. I think they're 8s. Maybe they're 7s. Are they 7s? Is it one of the 2 things on this van that's a 7? No, it's an 8. There's a 7 in the HVAC system. That'll fuck your ass up. All right, 2 little 8mm nuts that allow the fuse box panel, which is this, to release. And then literally 2 connectors inside the panel, under it technically, will allow me to, don't lose these because they're hard to source, will allow me to unplug all the electrical for the radiator rather than doing it individually at the radiator, each of the 6 plugs. This allows me just to do it once. And it's just, ooh, I dropped it, but I saw it. It's doing it this way is just faster, neater, and allows me to do it all at once. And to not, if I'm not replacing the fan module, there's no reason to want to disturb those plugs, because especially the fan resistors tend to get flaky and want to break. The connector's not perfect. Okay, here's your fuse box, right? You're going to need a screwdriver, a flathead, technically using it as a pry tool. This little tab and this little tab, when I push on these, it will allow the entire fuse box to swing up like this. It's not that complicated. Probably won't even need the screwdriver. I'm pushing in these 2 panels, or these 2 little releases at the same time, and I'm giving it some force. There, I lied to you. Yeah, there's a dowel pin that holds it. But what this will do, is it going to fight? By the way, I have not disconnected the battery, and it probably would have been good form to do so, but I happen to know that that won't make a difference. This one's never been up, so it's a little bit hesitant, like that. That is called the what's it called? It's called the PDC, Power Distribution Center, which I think is a very complicated name for fuse box, and unnecessarily complicated. Why can't we call it a fuse box? I mean, it's a box. It is actually box-shaped, and it has fuses in it. I mean, who suffers if we call it a fuse box? But PDC, I guess they need an acronym. Let's move you around the back, and you can see how I do this. This is very simple, what I'm about to do. And you'll find that once, if you've done it the other way, you'll go, shit, I should have done it like that. There we go. All right. So we're on the back of the fuse box here. If you follow the wiring from the fan, you'll see that it all comes one big cable. You'll follow that cable. There's one ground bolted to the body panel here, but you'll find that that cable is this cable. And you'll find that, look, it goes to one connector and one other little connector. Don't know what the difference is. That, push it up, unplug it. This, squeeze, pull. Now all the fans are disconnected. End of story. Done, finished, over. See, there's one of those. Looks like the same arrangement as that hose clamp. Oh, I did get it. Look at that. Boink. Boink. And this is what I came here to show you, which was going to be difficult. See this one wire? It's that. It's a ground. You can't tell. You would if you were here. It's that. It is a 8. All right, kids, correction. That one grounded thing to the body wing here was a 10, not an 8. You would figure that out. All right, so what isn't done? Nothing is not done, to the best of my knowledge, except for this hose. I guess we got to talk about that. Well, we don't. This hose is the hose that goes to the bottom of the bottle, and it is attached to the fan shroud with 3 of those hose clamp clips, the plastic ones like I showed you, where you release them from the side. The one that I just did, basically. I have just describing them, I actually released it from the fan. There is one at the bottom of the fan. There is a push pin that holds that hose in. I have my hand on it right now. I'm actually going to go down there and do that properly because I want to be able to reuse it. Those are called Christmas tree fasteners. In case you don't know, the little sort of plastic thing that looks like a Christmas tree that pushes into a blind hole and holds a hose or a wiring bundle on there or something. They sell those if you feel like you need to replace them. I feel like you do. Oh, and this one I don't need to take out because there's another hose clamp on here I didn't know about. All right, never mind. Forget I said everything about that. Fuck all y'all. All right, the moment of truth. Capital T truth has arrived, wherein the fat man reaps the benefits of his labor by removing the entire fan assembly, fan and radiator in one swell foop. Here we go. We'll talk about the donuts when I get this out. Straight up. Ugh. Look at that. Ah, for the love of Christ. Oh, am I over the... Ooh, it's going in the bucket. Most of it. Oh, that was a stroke. Stroke of luck that I had moved that. Holy crap. All right. And there. Would anybody like to sing also Sprach Zarathustra with me? Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. All right. Oh, hard to believe we're in the home stretch. Here is your entire fan and radiator assembly. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, and I'm not going to show you how it goes back in, but I am going to demonstrate. It might be helpful if you see what we got here. This is what I was doing just now, getting that last. It's the bottle sits up here, and that's what feeds this main system. As you can see, I did not have to take fan resistors or relays out. I guess yeah, and I would have had to unplug the fans themselves to get this whole wiring bundle out, and I would have had to get these two. By taking it all at the plugs, a lot easier. All right, the way this works, the way the fan module, which sits in the front here, hangs off the radiator assembly is by these slots, one here, and the same on the other side. This slot has to come out like that, while this one comes out at the same time, and then the radiator can slide up or it can slide over and out of the slot. These goddamn slots are a pain in the ass. It's obviously designed for a screwdriver or something to go in here and push this forward. But it's thick plastic and it fights. This one, there's no clip in this one. This is just a slide, so you don't really have to worry about the bottom one so much. But it's this top one because it's locked in there, and Jesus, is it a pain. You'll stick a screwdriver there, and then you'll start trying to pound it with a hammer. Sometimes they come out easily, sometimes they don't. I would almost argue that if you take it out, you should put a little lube of some kind in there because I don't know, it's just a pain. It can be done. Eventually you'll do it, but you got to fight with it. You may need to lay it flat and pound. If this is in the vehicle, you're working kind of blind from the top and very cramped from the bottom, but you would probably start hammering it here, but you'd have to wedge a screwdriver in from the side to keep this latch portion of it open. It's just, I don't know, I think it's less than ideal. It tends to bind. It tends to, if you get one side but not the other, that'll cock it and make this side harder to get out. It's just a thing. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but that's how that works. All right, douche nozzles. That was that. So that's kind of a truncated video showing you how to get the fan and the radiator out as one assembly so that you can split the fan module out on the bench. Or if you need to do the radiator, it's easier to do it like that and split the thing on the bench and then replace the radiator or the fan module or both. Either way, we'll do whatever you want to do. Hey, by the way, always looking for video suggestions. I've got some good ones in there coming up. Crap that y'all need to do on your vans. Okay, well, it was fun. Love you. Goodbye. Hey, don't you change. I love you just the way you are. Except that one little turkey neck thing that you have. All right, goodbye. He's a goddamn